Hey guys, Nic Bittle here coming at you with this week's drip. And this week I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas. And I thought it was hot in Corn, Oklahoma. It is hot down here. So just had a good friend of mine suffer from heat exhaustion, but it is hot. So if you guys are out in the heat, please drink lots of fluids because this heat will sneak up and catch you. But we're starting this series, this big series on how to be good with people. And how to be good with people, for some reason, some people get it, some people don't. Do you know anybody that's just really good with people? You can have a bad situation, this person pops in the room, and in about 6 seconds, everybody's happy. The change order's signed, or the fights broke down, or everybody's calmed down, whatever it is, this person's just good with people. However, do you know somebody that's just bad with people? And you can have a good situation going on, and this person shows up. In about 8 seconds, everybody's upset. We know somebody like that. We all know somebody like that. The problem with being good with people is there's no widely used framework on how to be good with people. Now, what do I say when I mean framework? I want you to think about the closest interstate to where you live. I use this example in my workshops, but in Oklahoma, we've got I-40 that comes about 10 miles away from Corn, Oklahoma. Now, how many of the drivers on the interstate would you guess, or would you classify as a bad driver? Now, most of the time when I ask this question, I typically hear somewhere between 70 and 100% of the drivers are bad drivers. But why, if there's that many bad drivers, why aren't there more wrecks? And the number one answer I usually get is, well, Nick, because I'm defensively driving. I see the guy eating a sandwich and steering with his knee and talking on a cell phone, and I defensively drive around those people. But the truth is, there's a framework on how to drive on the interstate. Eastbound lanes are eastbound, westbound lanes are westbound. In between the east and westbound lanes, there's a median or a barricade or cables or concrete. On the westbound lanes, in between each lane, there are stripes. There are lines. Outside of those lines, there's a rumble strip. Outside of that rumble strip is a ditch or a median. There is a framework. But pop quiz. Let's say tonight we got about a 2-inch snow. And everything was coated over. Let's say we also eliminated the barricades between the east and westbound lanes on the interstate. Let's say we took a trowel and we smoothed over all the rumble strips. So east and westbound lanes on I-40 or the interstate nearest you was just one big lane. How many more accidents would we have tomorrow? We'd have all of them. Right? It'd be a bloodbath. There'd be accidents everywhere. Same amount of bad drivers, but all we did was eliminate the framework for them to operate in. Right now, you take a bad driver, and you can put them on the interstate, and you can tell them, I want you to get behind the car in front of you. I want you to stay behind the car in front of you until you see your exit. When you see your exit, you can get off. And they can hide. You can hide as a bad driver on the interstate. And we all know you may have a sister or a brother or a brother-in-law that's a terrible driver, and somehow they don't get in a wreck because they stay in the framework. The problem with dealing with people is there's not a widely used framework on how to deal with people. Everybody's just out there doing their own thing. Everybody walks into a meeting, and most of the time we are just interested in what do I need and how fast can I get it? And chaos is created as a result. Guys, this series is all about how to be good with people, but what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a framework to use. So I want you to take notes. As we go through this series, I want you to take notes. There's 4 temporary mindsets that we're going to go through. Each mindset we're going to break into pieces, but I want you to take notes. Of everything I teach, this is the most impactful. Guys, that's what we're going to cover this week. This month, probably the next few months, is a framework on how to be good with people. I want you to pay attention to this. I want you to share this with those you work with. Guys, that's it for the drip this week. Until next time, Take care.